Rockinitis.
I wanna go to heaven, but I've been told the Rockinitis has got my soul. Been rocking and rolling till the break of dawn. Man, I wonder if my baby is still at home. Wonder if my baby is still at home.
Hi, cats and kittens. Welcome to Rockinitis. My name is Michael Willmore. And this time we have a couple of special guests on that do music in the genre of goth rock. And we have Mark Godfrey and Joseph Von Booth.
That's
Booth. Oh, you pronounce it right.
Booth. Von Booth.
Now, when I was talking to you earlier, I detected an accent.
There's a little twinge still remaining.
Well, what is that accent from?
It's from Putney Bridge in London, South London.
So you're a London boy. I've been to London.
I was born and raised,
Okay.
on the streets
So
of London.
how long have you been in Vancouver?
About 10 years now,
Uh-huh.
about 10 years.
How do you like it? How does it compare with the rest of the world?
It's pretty rainy. It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Pretty similar to being back home,
It is.
but less people,
I thought
which I like.
when I was in England, I thought the weather there was just a little bit worse than ours.
Yeah, just a touch.
Yeah.
Now,
Now-
you can't understand what he's saying. We are sending him to elocution lessons.
Okay.
It's kind of a My Fair Lady
It's an
kind of
ongoing
scenario.
thing.
Now, do you think there is a proper genre called goth rock?
Well, we do goth and roll.
Goth and roll.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think.
Now, is that an actual subgenre? I mean, are there other goth groups in Vancouver?
There's one.
And that's
Well, I think when we started out, there was it was very lonely. We were in the wilderness. But,
okay. When did you start out?
2010.
Okay.
Yeah, things were different back then.
Now, I find a little bit of I'm trying to, like, whenever I see anything, I always try and connect it with stuff I've seen before. So I see a little bit of Velvet Underground influence,
Yeah.
maybe a bit of David Bowie influence, maybe a bit of Stones influence.
Yeah, really, we're very much a classic rock and roll band, but our classic rock and roll starts with Velvet Underground. So.
Okay.
But then there's also a little bit of Adam and the Ants thrown in there, bit of ant music.
Okay.
A lot of.
What I especially
old
like about
song.
you guys is your songs are so good. I mean, you've got a pop sensibility, and so many groups in Vancouver. A lot of them, the playing is good, but it doesn't stick in your mind. Whereas your stuff, you just have to hear it once, and you already kind of know what the chorus goes like.
That's
right?
because I always write too many choruses, it's because I'm pretty lazy, right? So I do like two verses and then just go chorus, chorus, chorus.
Okay, we're going to start off with a tune called Cemetery, and it tells this gruesome story about all your friends from high school getting decapitated in a bus accident.
Actually, this one song is the one I didn't write. This was originally a Deja Voodoo song.
Oh, all right.
Which was this band from the 80s that was really great. They were
Okay.
Canadian, and they had their own label called Og Records, and they put out all these It Came From Canada compilations.
Okay.
And so we covered Cemetery, and I just kind of changed the lyrics a little bit so that it did look more like a school killing, like one of the pupils has killed the rest of his pupils. And then I tracked down Gerard Van Herk, the songwriter, who was in Deja Voodoo, and he's in Newfoundland he's a linguistics teacher now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I sent it over to him, and he loved it. And he was like, I can't believe anybody, has heard of us, because they were pretty obscure. They were like they were like the first indie band in Canada that really kicked off the whole college rock thing, if that.
Because when you gave me your CD,
that's the only cover on it.
Okay. When you gave it to me, I played it for my friend Eddie, and he said, "Shut up, I want to listen." He says, so he just listens, and then about 3/4 of the way through it, he says, "I really like the guy's voice."
Oh, thank you. Wow.
So let's play it.
Oh, but hey, did you notice that the camera does add 5 pounds to?
He could use it.
Yeah.
He's a string bean.
Hey.
Okay, let's
Can't help it. He's British.
let's take a break, and we'll put on these glasses,
Oh.
and we'll see a special vision that goes with the music.
Oh.
Now you have to click this little button on here, and it sets it off in a certain way, and makes it so you see a special vision that you can only see through wearing these glasses.
Well, hopefully it's not nudity related.
Okay, the first cut we're going to hear is Cemetery by the Vampire Bats. And let's beam it at the control room and get...
I'm going down to the cemetery, see all my old friends from high school. I'm going down to the cemetery, everybody there, they act so cool. I'm going down to the cemetery. I'm going down to the cemetery. They all died in a football bus crash. An accident is what the paper said. The last ride was a football bus crash. All the cheerleaders lost their heads. I'm going down to the cemetery. I'm going down to the cemetery. I'm going down to the cemetery. I'm going down to the cemetery, see all my old friends from high school. I'm going down to the cemetery, everybody there, they act so cool. I'm going down to the cemetery. I'm going down to the cemetery. I'm going down to the cemetery. I'm going down to the cemetery.
Sensational.
Did you guys see that too? Or was that just me?
Okay, now let's get back to the interview. So, continuing right along here, the Vampire Bats were, actually Mark,
Yes.
you were formerly signed to a major label called DreamWorks,
Yes.
and you actually had a band called Soul Kid Number One.
Yeah, well, I moved down to the States, and because there's a music business down there,
Yes.
found that it was a lot easier than Canada, and I ended up. It was Interscope that first offered me a deal.
Yeah.
Jimmy Iovine. It was cool. I'd go up to his house and he'd show me stuff like, "Oh, this is John Lennon's keyboard," and blah blah blah.
Okay.
But, yeah, so he was the first. He offered me a deal, and then I but I ended up going with DreamWorks for some reason, which was not as wise.
Okay. So what did you do down there? The band had an album?
Yeah, well, I signed, like, basically they were trying to do a Beck scenario. So, it was me, but then I borrowed members from Beck
Okay.
to make the album. So I made the album, but it's a major label, so it was like I was arguing with them a lot. And then,
Because they had an idea of what they wanted out of you?
yeah, and I was like, I had this team of Canadians, highly trained, well, my friends basically, and I wanted to keep that team together. So when I signed, they promised that I could keep my production team together.
Okay.
The minute I signed, they turned around and went, "Oh, well, wouldn't you rather record with so-and-so who has a name and blah, blah, blah." So I launched into like a 7-month argument with them. And at DreamWorks, they used to call me Babs because I was so demanding in their eyes.
Okay.
But so basically I was able to do half the album with my Canadians, and the other half I had to go with named producers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you actually, Vanessa from Petroleum Byproduct was telling me that you had a hit that was included off the album that was included in a movie, and you were like able to live on the royalties off that for like 4 years or something.
Well, yeah, the weird thing was, so DreamWorks got bought up by another label, which ironically was Interscope,
Okay.
the label I turned down. So basically, my lawyers kind of went breach of contract, and we got the album back, right? And so I got the album back. They were like, "Oh, you can either take this large sum of money, or you get the album back." And I took the album. And the minute I took the album, like Legally Blonde, the movie, to license one of the songs. And
Okay.
so that song kind of took off in California, and ironically, DreamWorks, the soundtrack division, the second license I did off my album, which I own now, was back to them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I ended up licensing a song that they had previously owned back to them. They had just let it go back to me, and
Okay.
I licensed it back to them for like $40,000.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so-
Nice. But anyway, nonetheless, the work that you did previously with Soul Kid #1 is nowhere near as good, in my view,
No,
as the Vampire
yeah,
Bats.
no, it was
Because the Vampire
Absolutely.
Bats, you've
Yeah.
got control on.
Yeah, no, because I mean, I was signed to make a pop album, so I tried to make a pop album. you
Okay.
know, So, and I just kind of snuck my punk rock sensibility in, but when someone gives you $500,000 and wants you to do something, you try to do it.
Anyway, what your tagline would be is 80s post-punk, early goth, dark garage punk is what you're listed as the Vampire Bats,
Jesus,
right?
where are we, in the library?
I got it off the internet.
Oh, Jesus. We put on this thing called Shadowline, which was a goth night at the old Waldorf.
Okay.
And now we're doing Repossession, which is a goth thing at Lanaloo's. I have a little poster if you want to show
Okay,
it.
yes. Is it this one here? Where is it? This one.
Yeah. This is our Death Rock BC. I do this with Spooksy DeLune, Justice, and another DJ called Guilt Blocker.
Okay.
And we do this monthly, and it's a good little scene. So Massacre at Shadowline High is a little short film we made starring Spooksy. So I wrote the film.
Okay.
Yes.
How long is it?
It's 3 minutes.
Okay.
It's like a video. But
Okay.
at the end, we have like some scenes from the Goth Night, and you can see how dancey everybody is.
I went to Goth Night once.
You did go to Goth
Yes.
Night.
And there was some really, dare I say it, creepy people there.
I know.
I mean, there was this one guy, he was dressed, he was completely naked from the waist up, except for a leather vest.
I thought that was you.
No. And he had a grass scythe, and he was completely, utterly bald. And he suddenly looks at me, and I thought, oh my God, what does he want with me? Anyway, he walks right up to me, and I thought, what does he want?
Oh, they're harmless.
And then he says, I really like your show.
Oh, there you go. See?
So that was kind of a relief.
Oh.
So let's go to the Baby Libertine video,
Oh.
because we want to get to one of your videos real quick. Now, what can you tell me about that? Because I see a very strong Andy Warhol influence in that.
Well, basically we redid, we went through all these old Edie factory films, like Edie Sedgwick, and we basically redid them. Like The Kitchen, there were a whole bunch of them. And so we reshot the Edie films with this girl, Julia Moreau, as Edie.
She's the model?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's Edie. So so basically we're doing exact scenes from those original Warhol films.
Oh, really? So it's an actual recreation?
Yes.
Oh, so no wonder I thought there was an Andy Warhol influence.
Yeah. Is it an influence or a ripoff? But hey, Andy Warhol, whatever.
Yeah.
What else? Oh yeah, and Geordie Birch is in that.
Now, who is Geordie Birch?
He was the singer for a band called Pure.
Okay, and he's an adjunct to the band? Like
we
an
just-
add-on? Extra added attraction?
Yeah, well...
He just hangs out at the jam space now and again and creeps into some of our work.
Okay, just because he's there?
Well, he's trying to meet ladies, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a scenester.
No.
Now, Joseph, no, I didn't get into asking you what you do in the band, in the Vampire Bats. So
I play the rhythm guitar in the Vampire Bats, the Vox Phantom, the screechy guitar.
Okay.
Not the noodly fast one, but the noisy one.
Okay, you differentiate between the two guitars.
Yeah, there's definitely two distinct guitar sounds
There's
in
two
the
bad
band.
guitar sounds.
Two, yes. But they complement each other in such a way.
They weave together to create one bad guitar
And
sound.
I also do some shouting in some of the tracks.
Okay.
Just some backing vocals, but
Well, if
not really
You
singing.
know that song Bebop Alula by Gene Vincent and the Blue Caps?
yes.
Okay, now in the background there's a guy yelling and screaming, and that's the drummer. And they asked him later, what were you doing all that yelling and screaming for? He says, I wanted my parents to know that I'm on the record. So is that why you do it?
It's kind of the same. I get very angry when I'm recording music. I mean, usually I'm quite calm and collected, but something comes over me and I just started shouting.
Hey, well, it's rock and roll comes over you, man.
That's
That's
right.
what it is.
That's right.
Anyway, let's cut to Baby Libertine, which is a really, truly professionally done video.
Oh, but it's a duet with Geordie.
Okay, with Geordie,
So
okay.
Geordie,
But he's not actually a part of the
he's
group.
not part of the band. He's a famous Canadian musician,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, so let's go to
He's
Baby
big
Libertine.
in Canada.
Okay.
I'm big in the States, he's big in Canada.
We're working on getting you big in Canada.
I'm never going to break Canada. It's not going to happen.
Hey, I don't know why, man, because your stuff is really well crafted.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's good pop sensibility, well-written songs with great choruses.
Oh, but Canadians don't like that.
You hate the city 'cause the city doesn't treat you right. You're sick and dirty when you go, you like to go all night. All your friends keep talking trash. Someday, honey, well, we all gotta crash. Baby Libertine, you're my rock and roll queen. Rolling over 19. Oh, you do it so fine. You got nothing but time. I get the shivers when I look into your deep blue eyes. And I don't mind it if we stop to watch the world pass by. Who knows how long we're gonna last? Someday, honey, well, we all gotta crash. Baby Libertine, you're my rock and roll queen. Rolling over 19. baby libertine. You're my rock and roll queen. Rolling over 19. Oh, you do it so fine. You've got nothing but time, baby libertine. You're my rock and roll queen. Rolling over 19. Oh, you do it so fine. You got nothing but time.
Now, have you actually taken your stuff, have you taken your EP to commercial radio and said, will you play this?
Yeah, we're, hey, we went to number 1 at CITR with this,
With what?
the compilation.
Oh, okay, let's talk about that. This is the East Van Special Blend compilation here. It's a triple fold-out sleeve. And it is only sold at Starbucks, is that right?
It's all over the place. There's not Starbucks. It's a different coffee company. I don't know.
What is it?
Well, I can't see it. No, I don't know. I can't remember. Commercial Drive Coffee Company.
Okay, but I've seen it for up near the cash register in a coffee place, cafe.
Right.
So you can buy it on Commercial Drive
I guess.
in a coffee house.
Yes.
And you guys do one cut on it?
Yeah, well, it was put together by Northern Electric, a wonderful chap named Richard Chapman.
Yes, I know him.
Yes, he put that together. It has the Pointed Sticks Polly, who I really like. The amazing, talented Butch Murphy,
Yes.
and and us. And
Yeah, we're on there.
Yeah, so that
Number 13, I
we're
think.
track number 13 apparently.
Why don't we go to that
And
right?
this went to number 1 on CITR.
Really?
So basically, all these bands rode our coattails to number 1.
Okay, it's got lots of
Shocking.
other groups on it. There's Flatback, Polly, Pointed Sticks, Spoon River, Harold Nix, Still Creek Brothers, various people like that.
Yeah,
But let's
it's
zero
very
in.
roots, except for us.
Let's zero in on the Vampire Bats track, which is number 13, called Back in the 604. Now that means back in the Vancouver area
Yeah,
code,
that was my
right?
moving back song.
Yeah, so it's back in Vancouver.
That's right.
In the 604.
I remember the day that I left for LA. I may have wanted to stay when I kissed her goodbye. It seems a long time ago. I missed her more than you know. Now baby, I'm coming home, and then we'll have a good time. Yeah, baby, I'm back, back in the 604. Yeah, baby, I'm back, back in the 604. I'm gonna get her out, watch her pressure drop. If she don't wanna stop, we're gonna go all night. I've taken my bruising, 604. I'm gonna get her hot. Watch her pressure drop. If she don't wanna stop, we're gonna go all night. Yeah, baby, I'm back in the 604. 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 I'm gonna get her hot. Watch her pressure drop. If she don't wanna stop, we're gonna go all night.
Now, how would people go about getting this?
Well, you can. It's the digital distribution's complete, so it's out on iTunes, Bandcamp, everywhere where you can buy music.